Hello guys, hope you are really well. Just checking in first of all to say thank you so much. We talked about me wanting to get to 60,000 subscribers before the first home game at the Emirates Stadium against Nottingham Forest. Well, we did it in time for the pre-season friendly against Monaco yesterday. Amazing effort. The speed of growth of the channel has been fantastic. Let's keep it going. Let's aim our sights even higher. It makes it really rewarding for me to get the engagement from you guys and the feedback and the comments. So I'm very grateful indeed for that. I was at the game yesterday against Monaco and I did a post-match on the whistle from outside the stadium. If you've not seen that yet, I'll try and stick a link to it somewhere on the screen. Do go and check that out. We talked a little bit about, the performance on the day, who shone, who struggled. And I think generally that sense that Arsenal maybe aren't quite as slick a machine as they were 12 months ago. Since then, of course, Mikel Arteta's done his post-match press conference and he's spoken about the injury to Gabriel Jesus. Man, that's a big blow. He's such an important player for this team. I think because we've sort of coped without him for quite a long time in the second half of last season. And then when we got him back, maybe he wasn't playing at quite the same intensity we're used to. I think we do forget how transformative he was when he first arrived, and I was really looking forward to seeing him start the season injury-free. Without him, obviously Eddie Nketiah captained the team yesterday, got a goal. We've got Leo Trossard as well in good form, but I can't help but feel there's still a drop-off there from Jesus. We still look a little bit light up top. It's a shame. It's a shame, and hopefully, Mikel Arteta said a few weeks. He was very reluctant to give any sort of timeline for Jesus' initial injury. Hopefully a few weeks is the correct timeline. This is just a sort of clean-up job after the surgery he underwent before. It's not especially unusual for them to have to go back into the knee and sort a couple of things out, but just the timing's a real shame. He could have had it done over the summer, he could have had it done at the start of pre-season. Instead, we're going to lose him right at the start of the competitive campaign. I want to touch briefly on Aaron Ramsdale. His piece with the Players' Tribune came out today. I believe it's free to read for everybody. If you haven't read it yet, I recommend you do. It's a really excellent piece, and I have to be honest, as a journalist, I sort of look at it and think, wow, it's a fantastic piece. It's in the first person. I think the Players' Tribune have done really well because they've sort of become a place that footballers feel really safe and able to talk about issues that are close to them or that are important to them. I think because it's in the first person, ultimately they get a lot of say in shaping it and what they want it to look like. And Aaron tackles some really big topics. He talks about his arrival at Arsenal, social media abuse. He talks about the miscarriage suffered by his now wife, Georgina, shortly before the North London derby last season, which is pretty heartrending stuff. And he talks about homophobia in football in relation particularly to his own family. And yeah, it's really terrific to see a footballer speaking so openly, so powerfully on these big issues. I think at Arsenal, we've been blessed with guys who are willing to put their head above the parapet and say what they really felt about matters. Hector Bellerin's one who immediately springs to mind, and I think it's something that we're quite proud of as a fan base. And yeah, have a read of the piece. I think you'll feel very proud of Aaron Ramsdale being an Arsenal player and putting his best foot forward. And really, I think what he said about homophobia and miscarriage will help a lot of people, and footballers do have that platform, they do have that ability. It's been a difficult summer in some respects, I think, for gay fans of the game because players taking the money going to the Saudi League. Jordan Henderson, who'd been quite a big advocate of sort of LGBTQ plus integration into football, going to the Saudi League. I know that left a lot of people feeling quite sore. So I think it's really positive that a top level footballer has come out and spoken about these issues. And as for the miscarriage they suffered, obviously tragic, but one of the greatest problems around miscarriage is that there's so much silence that surrounds it. There's a real stigma. People don't feel able to talk about it. So for someone who's in the public eye to come forward and speak about it is really significant and really compelling. It's a big pivot away from there, but we've got to do it. So thank you again for the 60,000 subs, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Q&A. So I'm going to invite your questions, leave them as comments on this video, and I will do a video where I try and answer as many as possible. They don't have to be about football. I'd love it if they weren't all transfer questions. I'd love it if it was, you know, a bit more broad, a bit more varied than that. I'm happy to chat about anything really from my life or my work. So yeah, ask away. And I'll do that probably next week, and it'll be a bit of a longer video, but hopefully could be quite interesting. Thank you so much, by the way. A few people came up to me yesterday at the game and said how much they've been enjoying these videos. That's, again, really appreciated. Just gives you the motivation to keep going and keep growing. One final thought today. I just saw the video just now of Arsene Wenger seeing his statue in person at the Emirates Stadium. Seek it out on social media. It's a nice moment and a fitting tribute to obviously a guy who's, you know, just been a huge figure in my life, but, you know, I'm sure in many of your lives as well. And will, you know, is sort of indelibly linked to Arsenal. And I think it's right that that statue is there. I'll leave it there for now. Like I say, leave your questions below, and I'll do my best to answer them. All right, guys. Speak to you all soon. Bye-bye.